All right, welcome to day 5. As I mentioned in the previous video, I got all my goodies delivered here, and today I'm going to actually be working on the subfloor. Start working on the actual beam to support it, and the header joist, and the floor joist, and all that. It's going to go up today. So I'm going to take this string down, and then I'll start putting my 2x12s, basically using 2x12s for everything here. I'm going to put 3 2x12s together, staggering the end joints, and then from there I'll actually create my subfloor. So this is the fun part of actually building it. It'll look a little more like a house after this. You'll kind of see the platform, and we'll see if I have time to get to the actual subfloor today. Don't know if we will, but we're going to get started on framing in this subfloor. All right, so there are a few of these that are about an 1/8 or 1/16 inch too tall, which I kind of expected a little bit of that. It's a little bit easier to trim than it is to use the board stretcher to stretch out these 6x6 posts. So I got my planer, and a few of these I'm just double checking. I'm putting these up here, leveling it, and I plane off just a little bit here and there because I want a perfectly level foundation, and it is worth the extra effort to plane off a 1/16 or at most an 1/8 of an inch. You will thank yourself later. And once I know I have it exactly where I want it, and then I'll be using some 3.5 inch Samson strong tie screws that are just the greatest thing since sliced bread, or so their advertisement says. And they are actually construction grade. They are not your typical decking screws, which there is a huge difference. So they can hold a little more pressure than your typical decking screw. But once I am using decking screws, just kind of hold in place because, you know, got a whole bunch of those, and after that I'll take those out, actually put in these good quality ones that are not going to break under pressure. But I got the outline done, and you can kind of see the shape of it now. It's going up pretty smoothly. Just slight adjustments here and there, but other than that, man, it's going up pretty good. And it just so happens that once I get close to getting a little bit of shade, it's pretty much the end of the day. But you can kind of see that shade is kind of slowly creeping up. And I get to work in the shade for about 30 minutes. And then, well, that's about it. And I start losing daylight pretty quickly. But who cares? But I got all these up. And again, what I'm doing 3 thick all the way around and in the middle. And on the outside, if you will, the north and south end, which is the front and back end, it'll actually have 4, just the way I'm doing the decking and everything. But other than that, the rest of them are going to be at least 3 thick, which is more than enough for the way I have this set up. I could have got away with 2 thick, but I'm going to do 3 just because, you know, quality over anything else. So it is worth the extra one for that extra added strength. Now that I got these pretty much all set up and good to go, I did have my little helpers come around and make sure that it was level by practicing their balancing techniques and going back and forth, and it was kid approved. But so once I got all these done, I did use some of those 3.5 inch Simpson strong construction grade screws and put them in, but also going to come back, and every 16 inches I will put 3 nails to be able, 3.5 inch nails to really tie it together per code. All right, so that was a long, hot day, but I got all of my boards in. They're basically 3 thick all over around, and the front and the back here I'll actually have 4 because the way I'm going to be doing my porch on the front and back. So these actually have 4, but I'll get that tomorrow. But this kind of want to show the corner here, the way I did this offsetting here. That way it just ties in a lot better. And each one of them has screws going this way, this way, this way, this way. I did put in some set screws all the way through, and then I will actually do nails as well every 16 inches, 3 nails every 16 inches once I probably working that tomorrow. And that way all these boards are just sandwiched together, super good. So, but this is kind of you can kind of see the height that's getting all the way over here. Gonna be kind of a high floor here, but it'll look cool, I guess, but it's going to be fun working high once we get that high point. But anyways, got this all done today, and tomorrow I'll start working on putting the floor joist in between these, and that will really just tie it together. I was originally going to put some I-joist from here all the way across 32 footers, but I decided to use 2x12s and put them in between just to really kind of help tie the building together a lot better. So I decided to do it that way instead, and it really will kind of solidify this building, and I'll eventually put some bracing between here and here as well, between each one of these posts. That way it has bracing going back and forth, and that'll really help strengthen it for any kind of lateral movement. Kind of important when it comes to putting a pier and beam foundation, and having that lateral support, and kind of like an X shape works really well. But anyways, it was a fun long day. But as you know, some of the areas I was actually adjusting about 1/6 to an 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 and 1/8 of an inch, which I kind of expected that with my planer, because I wanted to have a perfect level building all the way across. And well, we're almost there. So until next time, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and push that notification so you know when that next video is coming up.